What's up, Geekscapists? I'm here with Seth Gordon, downtown San Diego, and Seth has actually made a movie that I've talked to all you guys about twice on the show already. King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters. It's the best movie of 2007. I've said it before on the show. I'll say it a million more times. And here we are running into each other on the street. How are you doing, Seth?
Very well.
I don't even know where to begin. This literally is the best movie I've seen in 2007.
Well, thank you.
It is the classic good versus evil. I mean, when did you know in the there you go. This guy's evil. That's what you get in San Diego. Freaks who live with their parents. So Seth, first off, let's start at the beginning. Well, what drew you to this film? When did you know you had a story that you had to tell?
Well, we met Steve Wiebe through a friend of a friend. The producer Ed Cunningham met him, and just recently, just before that, some guys had gone into his garage and inspected his machine and verified that his board was good, which is to say the record that he had set was teetering on the edge of being disqualified. The fact that two guys would travel across the country to go into someone's garage meant that the stakes here were quite high.
Right.
And that was interesting by itself. After a little bit of research, I learned that there was some small chance that Wiebe might go to my favorite place on earth, which is Fun Spot, which is an arcade in New Hampshire that's got all the classic games, and they have for the last 20 years. So the fact that we might go for work to my favorite place on earth was like, that was reason enough for me to sign on. And then we met Billy, who is about as different from Steve as could be in every way. And so it went from essentially a portrait of a competition to a portrait of two very different competitors and how they dealt with, you know, the challenge of perhaps being in the Guinness Book.
So this is the movie about Billy, who's held the record for at least almost 30 years in Donkey Kong, and Steve, who's just an average guy, loses his job, wants to keep himself busy, give himself a goal maybe to get back on his feet mentally and in life, and he fixates on this record in Donkey Kong, Billy's record, goes after it. When Billy finds out, then it's on.
Then it's on.
And the drama in this movie is higher than anything you're going to see with robots or explosions or anything this summer. I mean, how much of this did you have to... I mean, what was your involvement once you had the story, once you want to go to Fun Spot? How much more did you have to shape the story at this point?
Well,
or did
honestly,
you just kind of let the cameras roll?
We let them roll because our original idea for the movie was like a sports movie, but the sports Donkey Kong.
And that kind of makes fun of the subject matter, but now you're really embracing it.
Oh, I'm from the get-go, because I'm such a geek, I sort of, my implicit respect for the games, I mean to come across in the movie as a whole. So that competition, which we thought was going to be like a sports movie or like a boxing movie or whatever, the two guys and a head-to-head, and the sport happens to be Donkey Kong, that original idea was so simple compared to what eventually unfolded. The twists and turns and all the surprises that happen along the way, we could have never foreseen, and we simply just had to let go of our original idea and hold on for dear life, keep the cameras rolling, and once we got into the editing suite, take a step back, look at the 350 hours, and see if we could make a story out of that. And as it turns out, the story that evolved was fairly Shakespearean in the way it all went.
I mean, not only that, but I think the best moments of the movie are... There are moments where you really start to feel for Steve, and the goal is in peril, and you take the camera and you show Steve at the beach with his family. You show the stuff outside of the competition, which gives a bigger context to the drama that's unfolding, that the film is about.
Yeah.
You know, so you see it on a micro and on a macro level.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that the drama encompasses so much more than this simple game.
Oh, I appreciate you took.
That's my little review, man.
That's awesome.
I saw the movie at South by Southwest. I saw it again at Silver Lake, and I'll watch it again August 17th. I mean, that's your release date, right?
Yeah, August 17th is the first set of cities, and then more the next week, and then if it does well, it'll get out there. So if you live in New York, L.A., Seattle, or Austin, please go see it on the first weekend so the rest of the country can too.
So gaming, you talked about being a geek. What is your top geek stuff? Comics, movies, video games? What is it that you're after? Honestly,
my geekness transferred at some point from like Karate Champ and Mario Brothers and Nintendo 64 over to Final Cut and Avid and all the filmmaking tools and the cameras. I'd say that's where the sort of obsessive passion evolved. But I recently was given.
What's your Tupop screen name? When was the last time you were on Tupop.com?
It's my whole name backwards.
Exactly.
It's my whole name backwards.
Exactly. I'm easily Jonathan London on Tupop. That's where I go to get, when my Final Cut's not starting, and I'm like, what do I need to do? That's where I go. Or the keyboard's not working.
Oh, completely. And there's all those people out there that are totally
those are us.
Ready to help. Totally.
That's who we are. Yep. But yeah, and then movies and is what you geek out on now. Anything at Comic-Con that's been impressing you so far?
Just the overwhelming chaos of it all. I mean, it's an unbelievable place. The one movie that I definitely think is going to be great is Superbad.
We reviewed it 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, that's a great film. Really great film, and I think it's gonna do really well. I got my fingers crossed for those guys.
And then a week later, come see your movie.
Please, yeah, please do.
I mean, the underdog. That's what your movie's about.
That's right.
What your movie is. It's about the underdog coming and taking it for people like us everywhere. Because you guys are all geeks. This is Geekscape, and that's where it goes. Don't go see Underdog. Go see the Underdog.
There you go.
King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters, dude. Seth.
Thanks so much.
Well, thanks for making a movie that make us proud to be us, and awesome. Sit up on Xbox Live, putting those hours away like Steve did.
Cool.
To go after that record, dude. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.